Jai Swaminarayan. Today let's read the 31st passage from the second Gadhadā. It's titled Associating with Brahman Through Contemplation. Brahman is a difficult to define or translate concept in English, and across the diverse landscape of various Vedantic philosophies, it comes in many different realizations. Typically, it refers to universal consciousness or the ultimate reality, but Sriji Maharaj has a very unique definition that we'll explore together as we read. Let's dive right into it. On Shravan Suddhi the 4th, Samvat 1880, or the 10th of August 1823, Sriji Maharaj was sitting upon a cushion with a cylindrical pillow that had been placed on a square platform at his residence in Dada Khachar's Darbar in Gadhadā. He was dressed entirely in white clothes. He had also tied a black bordered cloth around his head. At that time, while he was having the Kapil Gita, a section of the Srimad Bhagavat read by Pragji Dave, Paramahansas as well as devotees from various places had gathered before him in an assembly. Following the reading, Sriji Maharaj said to the Paramahansas, Vasudev Bhagwan, who is Purushottam, the cause of all causes, and who transcends Akshar, implants virility in Mahamaya through Mahapurush. That Purush is like Akshar. He is a Mukta, a liberated being, and he is also known as Brahman. And here, Brahman should be understood to mean Akshar Mukta. When that Purush implants virility in Maya, material existence, Virat Purush is born from Maya via Pradhan Purush. Thus, that Virat Purush is said to be the son of its respective Purush. Just as a Brahmin, a Kshatriya, a Vaishya, or another person of this world begets a son from their partner, similarly, Virat Purush is also begotten. That Virat Purush is just like this Jiva, soul, and their actions are also similar to the Jiva. The lifespan of that Virat Purush is 2 parards. That's a difficult one for me to pronounce. Parards. The creation, sustenance, and dissolution of this cosmos are his 3 states, just as waking, dream, and deep sleep are the 3 states of the Jiva, the soul. Virat, Sutratma, and Avyakrut are the 3 bodies of that Virat Purush. These bodies, which are encircled by the 8 barriers, have been produced from the 24 elements, comprising of Mahatattva, etc. They were making a duality between our experience as a Jiva and the experience of Virat Purush as kind of the whole universe as a being. The Indriyas, the senses, Andhakaran, inner faculties such as the mind, and their presiding devas entered that Virat and attempted to awaken him. Despite Virat's Jiva being inside his body, Virat still did not rise. Only when Vasudev Bhagwan, the Kshetrajna, the knower of the field, entered within him in the form of Purush, did the body of Virat rise. Only then did Virat Purush become capable of performing all his activities. Just like how our body would be inert without our Jiva entering, without the Atma, rather, entering. The self, of Virat is responsible for the functioning of its body in the form of Purush as Vasudev Bhagwan. To inspire the jiva, that same God, while transcending Maya, material existence, in the form of deep sleep, resides in the jiva as the witness. The jiva, however, has been associated with the body, the indriyas, and the vishayas, the experiences of the senses. As a result of this improper association, the jiva has become one with the body, indriyas, etc. After forsaking their association, the jiva realizes, myself is Brahman, which is transcendental and free from Maya. If one associates with Brahman through continuous contemplation in this manner, the jiva acquires the virtues of that Brahman. However, it is a great fault of the jiva that even after hearing this fact, it cannot maintain constant remembrance. In this way, the inspirer of both the Ishwar, the Lord, known as Virat Purush, and of this jiva is Purushottam, also known as Vasudev, in the form of Purush. Like the jiva, that Virat Purush is also bound, remaining bound until he completes his lifespan of 2 parards. When he dies, he gets direct contact with that Purush. This is because his father, Purush, is powerful and cares for him appropriately. So because Virat Purush is attached to Maya, material existence, he is again produced from Maya at the end of dissolution. Moreover, just as the jiva is bound and powerless, in the same way its father is also bound and powerless. How then can the father help the son? Thus, the jiva remains continuously attached to Maya in the form of unconsciousness. That attachment, however, is never broken. Only when one constantly associates with one's inspirer, Brahman, through contemplation, as previously described, is that attachment broken. Also, Virat Purush worships Sankarshan, Aniruddha, and Pradyumna. Specifically, during the state of dissolution, he worships Sankarshan. During the state of sustenance, he worships Pradyumna. And during the state of creation, he worships Aniruddha. In fact, the trio of Sankarshan, Aniruddha, and Pradyumna are the Saghun forms of Vasudeva Bhagwan, the forms with qualities. And it is on the strength of his worship of them that Virat Purush becomes capable of performing the activities of creation, sustenance, and dissolution. Moreover, as long as he worships these three, his association with Maya in the form of creation, sustenance, and dissolution is not broken. It is when he worships Vasudeva Bhagwan, who is Nirgun, beyond the gunas, material qualities, that Virat Purush forsakes Maya and becomes Brahma Rup of the form, the Rupa of the divine Brahma. Similarly, when the jiva worships God in the form of Brahma, the creator, and other devas, it attains fruits in the form of dharma, artha, and kam, in the form of righteous duty, the generation of wealth, and the pursuit of pleasure. But when it worships the avatars, the descensions of God, Ram, Krishna, and others, it becomes Brahmarup and attains liberation. The same applies for Virat Purush. Now, it is said in the scriptures that the avatars manifest from that Virat Purush. This should be understood as follows. When Vasudeva Narayan, through the form of Purush, comes and resides in Virat Purush, he is said to be an avatar. Thus all those avatars are Vasudeva Bhagwan's only. When that Vasudeva Bhagwan withdraws himself and separates from Virat Purush, then it is not possible for an avatar to manifest through Virat Purush alone. Thus, the descriptions of avatars manifesting through him are only because of the presence of Vasudeva in him. In fact, when Vasudeva, the Kshetrajna, the knower of the field, had not yet entered him, that Virat Purush was not even capable of performing any of his own activities. When the previously mentioned Purush impregnates Maya, a child or son in the form of Virat Purush is produced via Pradhan Purush. From that same Maya, many Brahmans, universes, in the form of Virat Purushes are produced via countless Pradhan Purush pairs. Furthermore, that Purush is desireless. He is a mukta, a liberated being. He is Brahmarup, of the form of the divine, and he is the cause of Maya, material existence. Although he stays within Maya, he still remains unaffected by Maya. Also, he has no desire to enjoy Maya, since he is content due to the bliss of Brahman. Thus he is fulfilled. The Ishwar, known as Virat Purush, indulges in the pleasures of Maya, and then, at the time of dissolution, forsakes Maya. The Jiva, on the other hand, indulges in the pleasures of Maya, and then merges into Maya, remaining miserable. Shukmani then asked Purushottam Vasudeva in the form of Purush, or I don't know if my enunciation was right on the right syllables. Shukmuni then asked, Purushottam Vasudeva in the form of Purush is the cause of the creation, sustenance, and dissolution of countless Brahmans, universes. Consequently, the scriptures generally describe Purushottam as Purush. But what is the extent of the distinction between Purush and Vasudeva? What an excellent question that is. Sriji Maharaj then explained, just as there is a difference between the Jiva and Virat Purush, between the soul and the cosmic being, the soul of the universe, so to speak, who is an Ishwar, and just as there is also a difference between Ishwar and Purush, similarly there is an immense difference between Purush and Vasudeva Bhagwan, Purushottam. Purushottam Vasudeva Bhagwan is the master of all, whereas there are many such Brahmarup, Akshar-like Purushas who worship the holy feet of Vasudeva and who offer praise to him. In this way, Purushottam, Purush, Ishwar, Jiva, and Maya are the 5 eternal entities. And that is one of the defining parts about this philosophy, the Akshar Purushottam Vedanta, the enumeration of 5 distinct eternal entities: Purushottam, Purush, Ishwar, Jiva, and Maya. I have explained this fact in this way many times, but it is not firmly fixed in one's heart due to a lack of deep contemplation. As a result, after listening to the words of the scriptures, no stability remains in one's understanding. If, however, it has been absolutely fixed, then one's understanding would never falter on listening to such words. Therefore, this fact should be thoroughly contemplated upon and written down. In this way, the discourse delivered by Sriji Maharaj has been written. And thank you very much for listening. That is the end of the 164th passage from Sriji Maharaj in the Vachanamrut. Jai Swaminarayan.